think you can. Obviously, it does take a certain personality to take the first step and actually place a trade. I know many clients who have been to more seminars than I've ever been to, have read more books, and have yet to place a trade. And there is no, I suppose, alternative but to place a trade. You don't know how good you are or how bad you are, as the case may be, at trading unless you do it for real, with real money and real emotion behind it. But I would say that everyone can learn, but it's about having the right amount of patience and I suppose having an element of being able to take a risk, but knowing that if the stop loss is triggered, that you're not an actual failure. So it's about taking stock of that, because you won't always get your trades to go correctly for you. But what it is making sure that every trade that you are successful on far exceeds the ones that you're losing on. Everything is about a decent risk reward strategy. Otherwise, what you're doing is just effectively entering the market without any real knowledge of where you're going to exit, be it at a loss or at a profit. So having a certain target and plan in place before you actually place a trade will make for a better and more successful trader. Well, I think patience is certainly one of them. I think the feeling that you can actually separate the noise from the overall trend is something that you can learn as you go along, and that does come with experience. But I think for the most part, what you need to have with trading is an ability to be able to, if you miss an opportunity, not to berate yourself, and if you lose a trade, to be able to get back into the game as soon as possible. And that can be a very difficult thing to do. And over trading can be one of the big problems that a beginner trader can actually be guilty of. I would say minimize the amount of positions you have, minimize the amount of trades you do, and you will learn an awful lot more just by watching. And then those opportunities, if you've missed them, will come along again. Well, clearly you have a limited amount of capital, and we would always say that you can only or should only spread bet or trade with money that you can afford to lose. This is a leveraged trade that you're doing with us. So if your profits are magnified, therefore your losses will also be magnified. If you run out of capital, then there will be no more trading left to be done. So you should risk no more than 2%, maybe max 3% of your capital on any one trade. And that way, if you actually make a losing trade, it won't be that problematic or detrimental to your capital, and you still have 97% of it left in order to make favourable trades that should hopefully obliterate the losing one that you just did.